a guy who played in the NFL for the New York Football Giants, and then, of course, he also played for the championship of the USFL Philadelphia Stars, coached by Jim Mora, of all people. The great Bart Oates joining us right here. How are you, Bart?
I'm great. Great to be here.
How many people remember the Philadelphia Stars, U.S.? I have an autographed football from the entire USFL team. That's got to be worth what right now? 50, 60, 70 bucks?
Oh, I thought you were going to say 50 or 60 cents. It's surprising. I'm actually very surprised how many people say I followed the USFL, followed the Philadelphia Stars, and it was. Listen, I had a great time. It was a good team. We were very successful. Competition was good. I mean, for me, making the transition to the NFL, it was actually very easy because we played at a high level of football.
Exactly. Now you have the XFL is going to start next weekend. The commissioners here. A lot of players who played in the NFL, guys who want to move up. A good chance for them to play, and a lot like the AAF from last year, Bart. A lot of guys got a chance to go to the NFL. There were former players went there, continued to play, get scouted, and then they go, and NFL teams will scout them as well. But back in those days, you play for the Giants, Super Bowl champions. But you had Chuck Fusina as the quarterback, the Penn State great. There were a lot. Kelvin Bryant was the running back from the Washington Redskins. So there was a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Mills,
a linebacker, Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. It was an unbelievable
team.
Michael
Johnson was an all-pro linebacker. We had Pete Kugler came in. We had some probably 5 or 6 guys that went on to be Pro Bowl players in the NFL.
Exactly, from the USFL. And unfortunately, that league was short-lived. But, Herschel Walker was there, so they made a big splash.
Yep.
And they got a lot of good players, but unfortunately the league went away after a couple of years.
Yep.
But Bart Oates didn't, the New York Giants didn't, and obviously you have to consider yourself nobody's going to say Bart Oates of the USFL Philadelphia Stars. They're going to say, obviously, New York Football Giants, right? Because that's really where you made your big name.
I played 9 years there. It was a lot of fun. I was very blessed to be able to be there. I was the guy coming out of college that I was at most going to be a 5th or 6th round draft choice and get lost. And USFL allowed me to kind of build my trade. I came from a BYU, which was a passing school, and so I was able to go to a team that Jim Mora, Kelvin Bryant, we ran the ball. So I was forced to become a run blocker. And so going to the Giants, made the transition, and just right place at the right time, Tony.
One of the things about offensive linemen, when they retire, they get smaller. I mean, you're leaner because when you play in the NFL, now guys are like 360 pounds, offensive linemen.
Yes.
So offensive linemen in your days were what? Did you have? I mean, if you had a 300-pound guy, you were pretty heavy, right?
Parcells once, after a couple of guys missed play, they missed the weigh-in on a Friday. He comes to the team meeting, he's all upset. He goes, guys, we've had too many guys this late in the season. You'd start your practice to get a little bit easier, and it's harder to keep the weight off. He goes, I've never had a 300-pound guy play for me. I never will. There's going to be any fat guys on this team. I'm going to be the fat guy.
And now, if you're under 300 pounds.
Oh, they don't even look at you. Hey, if you're under 300 pounds, come out of high school. I'm serious.
You're right.
My college line coach, I said, I was like 230 come. I said, so guys like me who kind of come in, I wind up being a good player, 3-year starter. He goes, I don't even look at guys like you anymore. There's so many guys that are 300 and plus just coming out of high school.
Exactly. And so like my Brian Baldinger, all the offensive line guys that I know, they get older and they lose weight and they get in shape, because you don't have to bulk up. You don't have to eat a lot. You don't have to maintain the huge weights that these guys maintain and train at the same time.
I did. I struggled to keep – I got up to 290. I struggled to keep it on. And so I got out of the game. I just started eating a normal amount and not an extraordinary amount. And I became – I just naturally lost the weight. I just kept working out. And, I still have lots of things. I need to change my diet. I've got to do a lot of things.
Bart Oates joining us, former New York Giant great with the Bill Parcells era and, of course, USFL, as I mentioned. I actually started with the USFL because not a lot of people will remember that. The USFL part, because I'm old. That's what happens when you get older, Bart. People remember. Like Ron Jaworski, good friend, and you and he go back, and we go back to that era of the 70s and 80s. Football was a different game, but it was still a fun game to watch. It was great players.
Sure it is.
And you're seeing Hall of Famers walk around. And I know you were at the NFL alumni, and so tell us some of the stuff that goes on, because a lot of guys who aren't playing in the game, a lot of Hall of Famers come to the Super Bowl every year, and they walk around, and we get to see them at all. The Taste of the NFL is Saturday night, another great event where you'll see Jerry Sizemore, one of my buddies who was an offensive lineman on the Eagles team with Jaworski and those guys. He's there every year representing the Eagles. There's just so much stuff because you guys are walking ambassadors for the game.
Well, listen, I have the privilege of being president of the NFL Alumni Association, and we work to help former players. We work to help the guys in their post-career playing, whether it be transitional, whether it's their career, whether it's health and wellness. And it doesn't matter whether they're still in their 20s. I mean, figure most of the guys, probably 95% of the guys that sign an NFL contract are retired before they hit 30. And so it's a long, long career afterwards. There's things that you got to do. And so we try to help guys with the right connections and transition and, just provide those resources that are going to help guys live more productive and happier lives.
And the interesting thing is now we have the new collective bargaining agreement being negotiated with the players. And the old-timers and the other guys finally getting recognized because they're saying, hey, we played, we put our bodies on the line, our health on the line, and take care of us. So that's one of the ways I'm sure you guys fight for that, and that's one of the biggest things that players want is to have the health care continue after their playing days, certainly the health care when they're in the game, but afterwards as they get older and guys that, can't walk anymore or can't move around.
Well, two things. We'd love to see the pension improved. We'd love to see guys with 3 years get a pension where, like they do now, as opposed to the pre-93 guys. We'd like to see health care, yes. And understanding there's, particularly on the health care issue, do you give it to a guy that signed a contract? Do you give it to a Hall of Famer? I mean, who gets it and to what amount? So there's lots of different issues, but we think that there's at least a start somewhere and have that. And I think there's lots of resources out there that we can utilize to help us provide a healthcare solution. A lot of people in the healthcare world that would love to work with us.
Now, from some of the people I know, John Clayton and the people who vote for the Hall of Fame and the people who are really entrenched with the media and follow the negotiations, I'm hearing that it looks like there's going to be an agreement before long. And, people don't want to see work stoppages. They don't want to see lockouts. They don't want to see replacement players. They want the game to continue because every time we see some sort of a labor dispute in any sport, the fans say, that's it. They go out. If they walk out, if they get locked out, I'm never going to watch the game again. And then eventually they come back. But I think it seems to be peace in the future here as far as the NFL is concerned. Other than that 17th game, that seems to be the sticking point for a lot of the players.
I think so. But, if they make adjustments as to how much playing time you can get, for instance, again, that 17th game there's just so much money. The revenues, projected revenues, and they haven't even touched the fantasy football, the e-gaming. I mean, there's just so much more they can do.
Bart Oates. So, Bart, now what are you guys going to be doing now? What's the big game plan? Do you have a golf tournament here? You have events for a lot of the players, right?
No golf tournament. Our chapters will hold golf tournaments where they select a local charity that as a beneficiary, and then the winning team of that golf tournament, what we call the qualifier, goes to our national championship called the Super Bowl of Golf.
Well, you guys came to Miami and aren't playing golf down here?
Go figure. We have events. We have different events that we've sponsored and that we support, and charity events as well as educational events. We have player networking events, and we have a brunch on Sunday. We have a tailgate afterwards before the game on Sunday. We have a Legends party tomorrow. So we have a number of events that we work with. So just good to see guys, inviting guys, and being able to. This is just a kind of a gathering time for the guys to get together, especially these few days prior to the game.
Exactly.
Now, Tony, did you know that the NFL Players Association has a new Twitch channel as well? They're just starting out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, we're on Twitch, and
Alumni Association. Sorry.
No, he's not he's with the alumni, NFL alumni.
Yes,
the Players Association is totally different. That's
yes,
the union.
I know that, but I'm saying that the Players Association has.
Right.
So the NFL is trying to reach viewers and listeners all over the place.
Yeah, we have a Twitch channel, and we're looking at a couple of other avenues of distribution with our e-gaming initiative. A lot of the guys like to do e-gaming, and to me, it's just a great way for getting guys connected with people who are.
Absolutely.
It's just, and it's lucrative too, by the way. Guys who do it well and have the followers, it can be very lucrative for the guys.
Well, we love our followers, and they love you. There's a chat room. I put it in front of you so you can see what everybody's saying.
Were you on Aqua Teen Hunger Force? This is Bart Oates on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Were you on there?
There is an episode, episode 65. I remember that because that was my playing number, Giants.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's good. See, these people stay up late and they watch Comedy Central and watch,
So what happened was listen, I'm like this good Mormon kid. But, I'm figuring someone called me up and said, hey, we have a cartoon. We want you to do a voiceover. I'm thinking, cartoon? Okay, sign me up. Make a commitment. Then I get the script and I'm reading it and we're like, this doesn't sound like a cartoon. not like the cartoons I watched on Saturday mornings.
Boy, cartoons sure have changed.
Sure have changed, yeah. What happened here?
I did not know that, Bart.
Yeah.
I watch some of that stuff at night, late night. You put it on, and you're like,
do you? Okay.
yeah, and, I love
telling about
cartoons, but
yourself.
those cartoons are like a little wacky, but they're funny.
Oh, yes.
But Aqua Teen Hunger Force is it's popular, man. So people still know you from that. How many years ago was that?
I don't know. I mean, a dozen years ago, at least. At least a dozen years. That was fun.
Now, Cujo wants to know about the ATHF. I don't know what that is.
It makes two of us.
Because people are asking questions. See, that's a good thing about Twitch. Robot Chicken is one but that's a weird show. They combine like live action and animation. Now, Christian's a big Aqua Teen Hunger Force and late night the Robot Chicken one, right?
ATHF is Aqua Teen Hunger
Force. Oh, okay. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Duh.
I'm just mentioning Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I didn't know they had an acronym for it.
And he said Comedy Central, but it's Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, yes, which
Get
is part of
right.
Nickelodeon, right? Isn't that
Twitch
part of Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Okay.
I usually just watch.
See, I learned something every day.
Comedy Central has some bizarre, cartoonish type shows too, don't they?
Not any at the moment, I don't think.
Okay, I want to get that straight. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but you weren't on that though, right, Bart?
That's what I was doing.
That's the one he did.
Episode
it was the other
65.
One. Yeah.
Jeez, I need another cup of coffee.
I think you need some more coffee, Tony Bruno.
I don't. I only know Dancing with the Stars is DW. TS, and then we have Rashad Jennings coming on, who won it, another former Giant. Mm-hmm. He retired with the Giants.
Yep.
Went on Dancing with the Stars and won it.
Go figure.
Now,
I also played with Jerry Rice, who won it. So
exactly.
There you go.
That's unbelievable.
Must be these football guys, right?
Big football guys and Aqua Teen Hunger Force guys.
We love seeing, and for me, meeting mostly new. You know everybody, but I love meeting all the alum and seeing what they're up to now.
We old guys have to stick together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
We remember,
younger people remember you on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Older guys like me remember you on the USFL and in the NFL with the Giants and Bill Parcells.
Oh, get out of here with that Boomers comment, damn it.
Okay, Boomers. South Park is Comedy Central, and that's obviously a monster show. Come on, Christian. You said they don't have any cartoon shows. South Park's one of the most outlandish and greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's really lost its spark from the original first 10 seasons.
It's probably the longest running cartoon series ever.
It's not the same.
What's the matter with you, man? Get him out of here. Bart, great to see you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming by. Good luck with the NFL Alumni Association.
Care, guys.
Now, he's got a Super Bowl. Show everybody your Super Bowl ring. Now, you see that Super Bowl ring. What year was that?
That was 86.
See, now
and
that's
Super Bowl,
first Giant Super Bowl.
That's tasteful. That's wearable.
Was that Pasadena?
Yes.
I was there for that game.
Okay, I was too.
Yeah, I know. You played in it. but look at the Super Bowl ring that back then, and then you seen the modern ones. You have to use 2 fingers now, some guys, to put them on there.
Two, yes.
That's and that's really tastefully done. How many diamonds in that thing? You know?
I don't know.
But I'm glad you still wear it though, because now you see these guys and these things are like.
They're so big.
They're hard to wear, yes.
Yeah, I mean, they weigh a lot. Like, you're going to start,
Well, it started changing because this was the first one with the Giants, and I won the last championship the 49ers won, and so Eddie wanted to make that a kind of a special, and I think it started that era of
bigger is better, oversized rings.
The more gaudy, the better.
Exactly. So you guys got ripped off. You didn't get all the bling bling stuff back
then.
Then.
You know what? Listen, it doesn't matter whether it's the ring that has the first ring from the Green Bay Packers. It's really what it means. It's the accomplishment.
Exactly.
Everybody that plays this game comes to the NFL. That's the dream is to have to be able to make it to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. And so now it doesn't matter what the ring looks like.
So you're rooting for the NFC since you were mostly an NFC guy? The Giants?
I played for the 49ers. I won a championship there. But Andy Reid we were teammates in college, so I kind of have. I'm like Joe Montana. I can't lose.
Exactly.
Or on the other side, as an attorney, I can't win. So
Bart,
one of my teams have to lose.
Good to see. I saw what Joe did. He put up his Chiefs and his 49ers jerseys that he has in framed.
How about the rings? Which rings did he
No,
put
he
up?
just had the two. He had the two. He had the two jerseys and the pants that he has encased, and he said, "My team's going to win this weekend."
Yep.
So that was his way of getting away from having to
Got
make
it.
a pick.
Yep.
Bart, good to see you,
Okay,
man. Thank you
thanks,
so
Tony.
much. The great Bart Oates, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give him a roaring round of applause.
All right.
Multiple Super Bowl winner.
Thank you.
One of the all-time greats, and of course USFL champion. I'll never forget that. I'm probably one of the few guys who's not a player from that era who remembers that.
All right, enough of the applause.
Thank you.
All
There
right,
we go.
Tony.
Good to see you. Bart Oates, ladies and gentlemen.